how about time we actually get around to looking at the website we're going to build? Here I have the website we're going to build. Go for it little bit by little bit, and I will talk to you about some of the features therein. So this white and green section up here at the top, this one on here, this is called the header. Every website has a header at the top and a footer in the bottom, and then the bit in the middle is called the body. Yeah, and that's obviously correct, the joys of web design. So the header is this section up here. And as you can see, we've got pertinent information like opening hours, contact details, links to all the other pages. We'll make all those pages, logo, and a CTA button. CTA means call to action, and that is basically what you want someone on your website to do. What is the purpose of that button? What is the call to action? Click here to book your free quote. Click here to speak to customer services. Click here to join our mailing list. Click here to read more. Those are CTAs. They are telling you what to do. Call to action is to click the button to make this sort of thing happen. What you'll notice we do not have up here in the header is any links to any kind of social media accounts or any pages that aren't on our website. That kind of stuff, if I scroll all the way down, you whack down in the footer. And there is a reason to this. You will have spent a lot of time, potentially a lot of money to get a visitor to your website. The last thing that you want to do is put something in the header that is a distraction that takes them to another website. So you don't want to put your social accounts in there. Having a Facebook page isn't something you need to boast around anymore because it's not 2007. It is 2024. Most people assume and will ignore the fact that you have a Facebook page. They could not care less anymore. So don't give people the opportunity to leave your site the minute they get there and then they'll get lost in the scrolling of death that is social media. If you've got the accounts, they're still relevant, but you want to link them at the footer so that someone's actually going to the trouble of looking for them to find your social media account, not you're just losing the traffic, okay? Elements like the phone number, the opening hours that are down here as well, and all that kind of stuff will always match. Where's it gone? The details you've got on the top. Because one of the custom post types that we're going to build is something called site settings. And that basically means we can control email addresses, phone numbers, relevant repeated information through the website. We can control that from a single point of truth. So you won't have to think, oh, we've changed main correspondence email address, so we better go through and change it everywhere. You'll just think, change it in site settings, and it will be changed everywhere that it gets referenced. The joy of WordPress and custom post types is that they pull all that together, and it's a content management system, as I keep saying. This section here with the background is called the hero section. So the first section of any website, but particularly the homepage, will always be this big section here. That's basically it's your storefront. It's the first bit people will look at. It might be the only bit people look at if it doesn't capture them. So this headline here needs to be something that actually explains the purpose of you visiting. So not welcome to our website, because you don't need that. It would be, for me, it would be bring web and graphic design in-house and save a fortune. Something like that. Something that instantly you go on it and it's like, oh, okay, that's why I'm on this website. Solutions to a logistic industry doesn't mean anything. Don't use industry lingo. Don't confuse people. You simply want to put on there, this is what we're doing here. And that would be the H1 tag. You have one H1 tag on every single page on the website, and only one. H1 is search engines and things will look through to kind of work out what that page is about. So you can't have more than H1. Can't have more than one H1 per page. What is an H1? The biggest kind of text you've got. Then you've got an H2 tags that will be used to start every section beyond the hero section, okay? So the hero section will have your H1 tag in it. It would be about us or whatever. And then you'd have a section beneath it, which in this case is this one. And you'd have an H2 tag in there again. And that would be the subsection heading. So find out about our services, for example. And then this little section here, which is a very pixelated picture, these will all be another custom post type of services, for example, and it will fall through the featured image, the heading in an H3 tag, because it's in order. So H1 is the heading for the page, H2 is the heading for the section, then H3, H4, H5, H6, they're all the independent little sections within that section that need a heading. It makes sense when you start doing it. But yeah, so this is an H3 tag, and then it would pull for a little bit of text, the button, and the link to this relevant section. And this will all be on a slider. So you can click from service to service or whatever it is we end up putting in there. It probably will be services. Same as in this section here, which you'll see has got a green background to break it up a little bit. Might play with that so it's not quite as stark. There's a lot we can do. But for now, I basically just built a wireframe that we can work with and then mess about with a little bit. But this, again, will be pulling through the relevant information from the one point of truth that is the, in this case, services custom post type. So it will pull through service title, a little bit of text about it, read more button, the link, everything, the featured image will get pulled through from what you tell WordPress you want to put on that custom post. Okay. We will set them up and it will make more sense. But basically, wherever it references services, it will put it through from the services section in the back end. You don't have to go through and change it site wide. There's another little thing. There's some repeated content here. I'm not going to lie. I have repeated myself. We don't need all of these sections. However, I wanted to show various different ways to build things. So we're going to build them all. And then you can choose, oh, I like it as a little grid, or I like it in that slider, or I like it broken down like this. We can work it out that way. This section here, this screen section is a call to action section. So you use these to break up content and they need to stand out a little bit as a kind of, you've scrolled this far, are you ready to engage with us now? Or do you need more information? This button would be the CTA button for book a callback or submit a contact form or something. But if you're not still ready, you carry on scrolling and there's more information. So this is called social proof or a review as it used to be. It is information about customers that have used you before and they're very happy. This again would either be as a slider, so it reloads, or potentially we'll do something that I've done for another customer, which is every time this page loads, it will load a different review at random. So it could be an old one, could be a new one. But yeah, that will be dynamic. This probably is going to be the blog section. So again, H2 heading, because we are using a new service. A new section. A little bit of explaining text to say what it is. And then you've got your links to all your different blog posts, all dynamically done. This section, again, this is the one that I've done for someone that's got random. I haven't actually used that on a testimonial, but they provided with 4 or 5 different taglines for their business, little corporate statements and things. And basically, wherever we've got this section here on the site with the particular background in it and the CTA, it will randomly select one of their core headings. So it's probably different on each page that you visit. Rather than us having to work out which one to show, we just said, we like all of them. They're all relevant. Let's rotate them through. This section is the main CTA that we built back up here. So we're going to repeat that through the site. So we'll build that as a template that we can just drop in. And the button that it goes to will be controlled through site settings again. And then we've got here a little contact form and key information points that will be on every single page. So this green CTA, this white contact section, and then this down here is all kind of the footer. And I'm going to show you something really clever, because obviously when you're on the contact page, you're not going to want these particular bits to show up. There might be certain pages that you don't want this CTA section or contact form section to show up. So we're going to be able to turn them on and off either dynamically or dynamically means automatically. So we can either do it that if the page title is contact or contains contact, it doesn't show these. That's one way to do it. Or another way is that we manually set up a system that when you're building a page in WordPress, you can say, show this, don't show this. Page visibility is what I call it. And that tends to be what I use. So you can show there are different sections of the header, or if there's any section within the page that you occasionally think I need to show this and break it up, but I don't want to show it on that page, you would be able to control it from the back end. Again, the power of WordPress. So you don't have to go through and manually delete it. You just go through and think, don't want it to show up on this page. So I'll press no. And then when the page is being built by the browser for each individual visitor, it will not show up that bit. Hopefully that made sense. But that's what we're going to build. I've only designed the home page. I haven't designed a style guide. I haven't designed additional pages because the other pages that need building, we're going to build home, about, services, gallery, blog, and contact us. They're all going to be a bit different. So I'm going to show different techniques to build different pages that will all pull together. So if you do use this website yourself and reskin it and change services, change the virtuos, it will be coherent all the way through and all the pages will work nicely, but we'll use different methods to build different pages, just so you learn a few more techniques. And I didn't bother designing all those because we're going to do it on the fly. Which we shouldn't do, but we're going to do it anyway. Because sometimes that's just nice. Yeah, that's the website we're going to build. Now, if you were a new client coming to me, this is how I price out all my web projects. Sorry, quick glass of water. If you were a new client coming to me, I would sit down with you and work out what is it that we're going to be building. What custom posts are we going to need? Services teams, reviews, policies, USPs, FAQs, home hero section. We don't need the home hero section, actually. Home hero section, I'm just going to create sliders on the homepage, but you shouldn't really do that. Locations, you might have multiple locations. Template, header, footer, page, policy page. So you need to create a template for the header, which is a bit along the top, and a template for the footer, which is a bit along the bottom. And then WordPress knows to put those, well, Bricks knows to put all of those on the relevant pages. So all pages, basically. We need a page template so that we can tell it to either use Bricks or just to use the native information from WordPress. Again, don't worry. But for example, if you're building a policy page, you don't need to do much styling. You basically build a template that's got the heading and the content, and that's kind of it. Dynamic templates. So services, for example, if you click on one of the services that you offer, it will create a page for that service. It will all do it in the back end. This is the way we're going to set it up. But you won't just click on it and it will say, oh, we help you make a website. It would be take you to a page specifically giving you information on that service. Same for the blogs. Click on the blog post. That's a loud helicopter if you can hear that. You'll be able to click through and all kinds of stuff. If I was building this for a client, yeah, they'd be looking at $7,500 plus VAT. So for the price of this course, you are building yourself a site that with VAT is worth almost $9,000. And you paid whatever you paid for it, which was a darn sight less than $9,000. Not only are you building this site, but you're going to be able to build any site you want moving forwards. You'll be able to play with different tools. You won't have to pay a marketing agency or website agency a monthly management fee. You'll be able to control your own hosting. You're going to save a buttload of money, okay? Not just from the upfront cost of the website, but moving forwards, everything you're going to learn will save you money and your company money and make you money if you wanted to then source it out. Let me just double check if I missed anything. So the pages we're going to build, yeah, covered that. This custom post stuff, basically there. Okay, so this is what we're going to build. We are going to end up having built this website, which looks very scary and daunting, but isn't. And we're going to build all that together using WordPress, using Bricks, using classic CSS. And you might not believe it now, but we are.